interesting GFS last night, or I should say this morning. How are you guys already in my stream? I hit go live. I hit go live on YouTube and then immediately clicked on my YouTube, and there's 3 people who already commented. You guys are wild. The speed is very impressive. I'm not even kidding. What's up, Sam? T-Dash, Emmanuel, Edwin, Matt, Brandon, the meteorologist kid, Hector. You're goated, sir. No, you're goated. What's going on, guys? What is going on? Happy Friday. Well, feels good to say Friday. You know what also feels good is when I tried to set up a meeting with someone in my 9 to 5 on Monday, and they go, "Oh, you're working on Martin Luther King Day?" And I said, "What?" And they're like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh my God, I have a long weekend." And I just realized that. I was like, "That's nice." Everyone's in here early. B, Marissa, what's going on? Are we going to go over all this stuff? We are literally 48 hours out from this potential snow in the south, and you still have big disagreement. So I'd say this is pretty bad from the models right now. I mean, you still have your NAM doing this, while your globals are, we'll see what our 12Z NAM does. But while our globals are, actually, let me see the 06Z, 12Z, 06Z. Yeah, I mean, why is our NAM still doing this when our globals are just not seeing, are seeing the storm trying to run off the coast? Michaela, what's going on? Man, I'm so tired this morning. I didn't get much sleep last night. We'll get started here in a second. All right. Live radar. Some snow falling up in Maine. Upper Midwest. Central Plains. Midwest here. All the snow's been dodging Minneapolis. But not much going on. Not much going on. We have any alerts out here? UP of Michigan. Some winter storm warnings up here, just east of Rochester, running up through Richland, upstate New York. Nothing major going on here. These flash flood warnings have been down here for a while. Okay, they're expiring soon, I was going to say. All right. Give it 60 more seconds and we'll get started here. I mean, I guess I already have a ton of people. A ton of people in chat. Oh my gosh, I'm freaking exhausted. Holy crap. I might need to put on my glasses today. I swear my vision gets blurrier when I'm exhausted. Oh my. So, I didn't post video today. I actually was up late last night. I was waiting for the 12Z to, or 00Z to come out, and I was gonna make my video from around like 12 to 1 a.m. like I've been doing, and to have it posted early. And I don't know. I looked at all the updates. I looked at the updated GFS, and I looked at the updated Euro, and I was like, not much has changed. And there's just times when I'm like, I'm not going to spend all this time making another video to say the exact same thing I said in the video before it. So it was just one of those moments where I was like, there just wasn't much of a change over 24 hours in the models. Like, I don't want to repeat myself video to video. So, Euro still sees a ton of snow in the same spots. GFS still being pretty aggressive. Well, actually, I think the Euro changed up a little bit. No, Euro and GFS still being pretty aggressive up here. With snow, GFS still trying to bring some more snow into the Central Plains and further south than the Euro, and the GFS is still trying to really get a lot of snow into the Mid-Atlantic region out here before January is over. So anyways, let's talk about the 7 to 10 day forecast real quick. Let's talk about the 7 to 10 day forecast real quick. Here's the latest from the Euro. We'll push through 6 days here on the 06Z. Where's our southern snowstorm? I mean, it's really pathetic now, right? Still seeing snow potentially. Panhandle of Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, maybe a little bit up through the mid-Atlantic, New England coast, but we're talking about flakes at this point. Really not much. Again, there's still model disagreement. We're only maybe about 48 hours from this thing starting up, and we still have, you know, the NAM showing snow, the Rufus model showing snow, or more snow through this region. Really messy, but it is starting to feel like the snow's going to run off the coast. Again, we want this. We don't want the system running off the coast. But again, models aren't handling this fantastic. Anyways, what is coming, regardless of this snow in the south, and we'll get into the details on that. I'll show you what the National Weather Service thinks, is very, very cold air. Very, very cold air. We can take a look at our temperature anomalies. Boom. These are temperature anomalies this weekend out east. So this is as we get into Saturday afternoon, then through Sunday into Monday. Martin Luther King Day, very cold. Might see some records set out here. Actually, really quickly, and guys, don't worry, I'll get to answering all your questions in just a second. Will we see any record set? Let's see. Let's see. Daily temperatures. Oh my God, what is my son doing out there? No daily high temperature set. Are we going to see any low temperature set? Possibly out there, eastern Tennessee. Low of 8 degrees as we get into January 20th. So, yeah, we could see some records broken out east. Right now, just showing the possibility for eastern Tennessee, western North Carolina. 1 second, guys. My children chose violence this morning. Hey, you know what I was wondering? I was like, why are the vibes different? It's because I don't have my headphones on. Okay. Anyways, yeah. I mean, look at this. Look at our temperature anomalies, guys. Freezing. Okay. You keep pushing out all the way through Wednesday and Thursday. Cold continues. I'll get through this quickly so I can answer your questions, though. Like I said, not much changed. Cold out east. Now, some fun stuff starts happening as we get into late next week. And this is 8 or 9 days out, so really good shot. I have confidence in this baroclinic boundary and this polar vortex kind of, or the 540 line running through the center of the country here. So I think the odds of anywhere from central plains out through the Midwest and then out through the Mid-Atlantic, I think the odds of snow in this box here over the next 10 days, and maybe decent snow, are really, really high. Maybe even that like 6 inch to a foot snow. You continue to go and you keep seeing this 540 line running through the center of the country, maybe even down towards the south. Your snow chances continue a little bit farther south and out towards the Mid-Atlantic here as you move forward, like I said, through the Midwest center of the country, because the GFS and Euro really do. If you want snow, especially a little bit farther south, you want nice clipper snow through this region, you like that 540 line running through the center of the country. Let's look at the GFS. Same type of thing happening here. GFS still putting a little bit more snow, you can see. Late Saturday into Sunday. Trying to get more snow into Georgia, the Carolinas, Virginia. Not a ton. And then up through Jersey, New York City, and then maybe up towards Boston or coastal New England. Tons of cold air. Agrees with the Euro here. And look what happens here again. Agrees with the Euro. So we do have model consensus, at least. Rough model consensus here. As we get out about, like I said, what is this? We're going to say 7 days. That 540 line running through the center of the country, through the Central Plains out towards the Mid-Atlantic. Good snow chances here for you guys. Canadian, European, GFS like this region here for snow. And then the GFS is super aggressive. Nice storm there. Nice storm right behind it. And then major nor'easter. at 300 hours out, so don't worry about that too much. All right, last thing I want to show you guys. Let's see. Let's go to our Outlook. Get rid of that. Okay. Climate Prediction Center. 6 to 10 day temperature outlook. There it is. 8 to 14 day. 3 to 4 week. You guys know where it's going to be cold. Update it. Oh, wow. Look at their monthly temperature outlook. That's pretty new. Maybe a nice cool down for Texas. Getting into precipitation. You get rain, you get rain, you get snow. 6 to 10 day precipitation, everyone's above average. 8 to 14, everyone's above average. Slightly. 3 to 4, I don't really care about 3 to 4 week. And then our monthly outlook for precipitation. Don't really care. Don't really care whatsoever because it's going to be wrong. And last but not least, surface temperature 10-day anomaly. There you go. This is what the Earth thinks over the next 10 days. Where's it going to be cold? Where's it going to be above average? The east. There you go. Obviously, we've been talking about this. Michaela Tufts. I'm going to miss some people. Charlie, Gemini, Pearly, Sprinkler Guy, William, Grandma. I appreciate you guys. MJO forecast. MJO forecast. Before I forget, I'm getting to your questions. Okay, still nice. Somewhat amplified phase 8 and phase 1, maybe going into 2 as we get into the end of January through February. Cold signal there, obviously. And stratospheric polar vortex. I did want to take another look at that because it looks like we're having a stratospheric polar vortex split. So this is gonna be a cold signal for February. There it is. Stratospheric polar vortex split. It's gone. Let's go to the 12Z split. How long does it do these higher heights remain up in the Arctic? Still quite the split there. Yeah, so I think our stratospheric polar vortex winds are going to be struggling a little bit here, which is good if you want some more cold air or below average air running into February. Let me actually take a look at the actual wind speeds. Every time I go to answer everyone's questions, I'm like, wait, there's one more thing I have to look at. It always just, I have a million things I want to look at every single day. Every day is a new day. All right. Wait, why is this so... Okay, here we go. That's what I want to show you guys. Yep, stratospheric polar vortex winds are pretty slow right now. Definitely below average. We may favor one of these southern tracks here with our winds. I don't think we're going to be running up here just based on what I'm seeing with our stratospheric polar vortex anomalies over the next 2 weeks. So, will we get a reversal? I don't think we'll get a reversal of the stratospheric polar vortex winds, but yeah, it's possible. You see some of those members down there. All right, what's going on, guys? What's cracking? What is cracking? Happy Friday. And if I seem like I'm struggling with words this morning... Oh, wait. Woo! Thanks, Gemini, for the air dancer. Big Bird. Appreciate you. If I seem like as I'm going to say, if I seem like I'm struggling with words, I'm struggling with the words. It's because I'm tired. When I'm tired, I can't talk. My speech is the first thing I lose when I'm tired. Is there a condition for that? Is there a medical term for that? Being tired and unable to speak? Listen, streaming requires a lot of brain function. Flying from Pittsburgh to Miami next Friday. Anything to worry about? I know it's early. Next Friday, it's early, but we'll take a little bit of an early look. I mean, you couldn't pick a worse time to fly from Pittsburgh to Miami, if you want me to be completely honest, if you've believed the European and the GFS right now. Oh, I mean, hey. You flying out at 6 a.m., could be snowing. Flying out at 12 in the afternoon, could be sleeting. You flying out that evening, could be ice. But Luckily for you, 160 hours out, the timing of this event will likely be changed. It could speed up or slow down by 24 hours, so I wouldn't worry too much. Well, I'd worry a little bit. I worry a little bit because there's the GFS and here's the Euro. I think the Euro agrees with the timing right now, this as well. Oops. Got to go to the 12Z Euro. So this would be next Friday. Oh, no. You see, the Euro speeds this up, and it's not as bad. So you can see the Euro, this is out of your hair as you get into Friday. So not too much to worry about, but interesting pattern out there. Having children. B said just delirium. Yeah. Having children. Well, that's the reasoning for me being so exhausted. Chicky, what's going on? I appreciate you. First question is about next Friday. Yeah, I know. Okay, someone asked a question in Spanish. I'm gonna translate. I think I wait. Can I translate this to English? Translate to English. Detected language. Oh wait, it isn't. Oh, okay. All right. I translated this person's question in Spanish into English. Hopefully the translation is correct. Look why, and if it sounds like they said something weird, it's probably because the translation isn't correct. It's not translating correct. Look why in the Philippines, in the area of the Philippines, we have a tropical storm in the country of the Indian Ocean and Pacific Ocean. And what is called the area of Indonesia, which is the Philippines. Okay, that translation probably wasn't perfect. I did hear tropical storm in, hold up. Over in the Philippines, though. What's going on? What's going on over there? Let me take a look at this real quick. Hold up. 1 second, guys. Current storms. Oh. The heck's going on? Hey. Hey. It's January 16th. There's not supposed to be a tropical storm right now. Wow. This is why I like streaming. Sometimes you guys point out stuff that I have obviously not been paying attention to. Not going to be very strong. The issue is, I would say here, 996 millibar. This is going to be weak. It's going to stay as a tropical storm likely. Small chance it becomes a hurricane. Obviously, you can see one of the members here has it getting down to into the 980s and 980 millibars. But look at this thing. It's completely stalled out. The issue with this, obviously, if you know anything about weather, which you all know a lot about weather, a stalled out hurricane like this is going to be lots of flooding issues for the Philippines, flash flooding, all sorts of issues there with flooding. So that's the only thing to worry about. Wow, that's crazy. It's January 16th. Calm down. Calm down, Pacific. Holy crap. What the heck? Oh my gosh. Thanks, B. Will, Brockton, Allen. Yeah, I'm going. I'll speed answer some of these questions. Any snow in Mobile, Alabama Sunday? Well, let's take a look at the NAM real quick. Oh, the updated NAM actually decreases the snow a tiny bit. It's going to be tough to get any snow in Mobile, Alabama, unfortunately. You could maybe see some flakes flying, but any sort of accumulation I think is off the table. All right, latest NAM shoves this snow a little bit farther east. Man. We're going to see a little bit of snow in the south, but it's going to be pretty wimpy, guys. Wimpy. The northern part of the Philippines is experiencing a tropical storm. Yes. Any snow for Knoxville, Tennessee coming up? Yeah, you got some opportunities here. I'm not so sure that both of these will be so far to the north. Let's watch this. Let's watch this pattern next weekend. See if we can't get this storm this storm track a little bit farther to the south for the chance for snow in Knoxville, Tennessee. And then you see what happens here as we get out closer to 10 days. Another chance for Knoxville, Tennessee snow. Nothing in the short term. A little bit of a signal in the mid range here. Still in January. Snowfall totals for Cincinnati, Ohio. Listen. Let's take a look at the short range here. Expected snowfall totals for Cincinnati, Ohio. About an inch over the next 72 hours. Okay? High end. If you guys get lucky with some snow banding and ratio and accumulation, it's possible. National Weather Service thinks it's possible. Maybe 3 inches on the high end. Now, in the long term, again, we're taking a look at that pattern that sets up next weekend, next Friday through Sunday. A little bit farther out. We're talking about a week. But next Friday through Sunday, you got the Euro and GFS showing signals for snow through the Midwest again. GFS keeps it all rain for Cincinnati. The Euro tries to put a little bit of snow through Cincinnati. So the mid-range, again, looks better for you guys as well. Can you do NWS snowfall predictions for the Northeast? Yeah. Yes, I can. Here's the next 72 hours expected snowfall totals. You want to take a look at this bad boy right there? All right, so expected snowfall totals over the next 72 hours. New York City's expected to get an inch of snow. Expect it to get a dusting to a half an inch through Philly. Maybe out towards Atlantic City. So not too bad. What are the high end? What do you have about a 10% chance of seeing if you get lucky with some of these snow bands? Maybe 3 inches into New York City. An inch and a half into Philly. 5 inches into Boston. You guys can see this. Darker blues are closer to 5 inches. Yellows to darker or yellows to oranges get into that 6 inch to a foot territory. So, not too shabby. Any probable snow on Long Island anytime soon? I mean, if you get the high end here, if you get lucky over the next 72 hours with some of the snow development along the coast and you end up seeing your high ends, which when we say high end, that's like that would be like a top 10. That would be a top 10% or 10% percentile or 90th percentile snow. 90 to 100 percentile snow. So about a 10% chance. 3 to 3.5 inches on Long Island. I'd say 3 inches is plowable. It's not like insane, but cars aren't going to want to drive with 3 inches of snow on the road, especially not in Long Island. So high end, yeah, maybe you get some plowable snow. What would you consider plowable? I mean, I consider, in my opinion, 2 inches is plowable. Like an inch you can drive over. Cars melted quickly, but like once you get 2 to 3 inches, you probably want to get that off the road before it gets too slick. I know like real plowable snow is like 6+ inches. Dallas snow. That's going to be your only opportunity probably here in the mid-range. Euro Canadian GFS do like this 540 line collapsing into Texas here next weekend. So if you get this jet a little bit more, or this trough a little bit more amplified, look at that. You got the 540 line running south of Dallas. You're going to be below freezing next weekend. That's going to be an opportunity for snow through Dallas. I wouldn't say a great opportunity. Oh, Hamilton. Thanks for the air dancer. Tommy, I appreciate you. Early. Fayetteville, North Carolina. We'll be getting snowy. The trends, we're going to see snow falling in the south this weekend. And maybe, I think we're definitely going to see at least one area in the southeast that sees at least an inch, maybe 2 inches of snow, but probably closer to the coast and not going to be widespread. Join the Discord for real-time weather updates. Yes. If you guys didn't know, the Discord's awesome. If you don't know what Discord is, just type it in the App Store. You'll figure it out. Yeah, the Discord's awesome. Okay, I'm going to keep answering questions really quickly, though. My Discord's updated. I update it. I always update it before I get on live. Here's the 24 to 48 hour snowfall forecast. All right. Winter storm updates. You've got your HRRR short range model. All the regions that are going to see snow. Short range models are pretty good. Here's your temperature updates for today. Day 1, which is today, lows and highs. Day 2, which is tomorrow, lows and highs. 6 to 10 day forecast, 8 to 14 day forecast. All right. We got the same thing for rainfall. We've got 24 hour, 70 up to 72 hour precipitation, 6 to 10 day. Ooh, did I do 6 to 10 days? Oops, I gotta fix that. Severe risk today, nothing. Tornado risk today, nothing. Wind risk today, nothing. Hail risk today, nothing. Extended risk, nothing. CSU risk, no. This is all severe weather. Not much severe weather in the short term. Fire risk today. Ports to Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas. Any major earthquakes last night? Well, we did have a 6.0 earthquake off the coast of Oregon. I wonder if they put out a tsunami watch for that. And then here's our worldwide earthquakes last night. Drought monitor. Well, most of us are in a drought. Volcano updates. Yeah, we got some stuff going on right there. And if you want to if you want additional information on this, all you do is click this right up here. See this little link? It gives you all the additional info you need. Enzo updates. What's going on with our Enzo? El Nino, La Nina, May Hermano, whatever. You guys get it. All right here. Update it. Storm reports, hurricane updates, all the good stuff. This stuff is literally updated every single day. Every day. Oh, and by the way, if there's a tornado warning issued by the National Weather Service, it's within 3 seconds, it's in here. It immediately goes into the Discord. And if you're like, is this tornado going to hit me? Just hit the summary button here and then ask AI. Say, hey, I am located at this address or this zip code. Am I going to be affected by this tornado? And the weather AI will tell you if you're going to or not. Going to be or not going to be. Same with severe thunderstorm warnings, flood warnings, PDS alerts, emergency alerts. And then we got hurricane watches, hurricane warnings. Anytime the Storm Prediction Center puts out an update, it's immediately posted in here. Or the National Hurricane Center. Or the Space Weather, WPC. So, Space Weather's WNP. And then Weather Prediction Center. Anytime it's in there. We got mesoscale discussions, weather links. All the links I use for everything you see me use on these live streams, it's all right here. It's all right here. And then people, and then we got the memes and everything, right? Listen, I'm very proud of the meme I made yesterday. The 12Z, this is what the 12Z Euro was doing yesterday. Thank you. I'm proud of the meme I made. But I think we got some better memers than me in the Discord. I do think. Some of these are pretty good. This is really good. Euro, GFS, NAM. Yeah. These are pretty good. Okay. Weather talk, hangout, weather training. I really need to get to I have to finish this series and I have to do a bunch more weather training videos. I'm gonna get there. And of course, announcements. I announce every day when I'm going live, and we're discussing all the big stuff in here. Anyways, I'm done with that. But if you want to join the Discord, it's completely free. The link is in the description of all. Just click on any of my YouTube videos and just go to the description. The link's in there to the Discord. Click on it, you get in. I do every day have to check and see if there's any new members so I can add them, so I can make them part of the climate crew. Let's see. Did anyone else join? We got 3 new members from last night. Let's go. We got like 250 people in here. So it's a good time. Anyways, I'm going to speed answer a bunch of people's questions since I just took all your time. All right. Detroit man, how much? Well, that's a pretty simple question. We'll just go off the National Weather Service here to make it easier. National Weather Service is pretty good with their snowfall projections. Detroit, you're expected to get a couple inches over the next 72 hours. Now, if you get the high end, maybe you get 4 to 5 inches. You just joined the Discord. Nice. Welcome to the climate crew. And again, if you do join the Discord, you probably won't be able to see any of those tabs because I have to, when I see someone join, I have to go and change their role to climate crew. So, but I check every day. So the longest you won't be able to see anything in Discord, 24 hours, could be just 2 seconds. Ernie, I appreciate you. Hamilton, I appreciate you. Gold boxing gloves. Great weather nerds in there too. Yeah, the nerdiest of the nerds. Can you add MJO in the Discord? Oh, snap. That is actually MJO. Oh, okay. Yeah. Someone put in general chat or weather talk and tag me and say, remember to add MJO into Discord. I can do that into daily weather updates. That's actually really smart. I don't know why I didn't have that in there. Genius. Jack is a genius. Central Jersey. Hey, if you guys get lucky with snow here, maybe you get 2 to 4 inches into Central Jersey over the next 72 hours. If you get unlucky, you're still likely going to get a dusting to a half an inch if you're super unlucky in Central Jersey. Probably still an inch if you're unlucky. Topped for 1,000 likes. Figure break. Not enough. Get me 10,000 Big Bird. No, I'm just kidding. You're crazy. I appreciate that. I never really. I'm like, how much do the likes on the streams help? Because some people buy those like automated things that just like nonstop on people's streams. I should ask ChatGPT that later. Call for Philly over the next week. Well, again, next 72 hours, you guys are expected to get a half inch to an inch. On the high end, Philly's expected to could get up to 3 inches. Now, over the next week is interesting, because pushing out towards 7 days is when you could see a big snowstorm for Philly. Could see. So, I'd say if we're talking over the next, but the Euro sees this sped up. High end over the next week for Philly, I'd say 8 inches. Low end over the next week, I'd say 2 inches over the next 7 days. So snow's expected over the next 7 days. Now, if we push out 10 days, you probably got a high end of 14 inches and a low end of 5 inches over the next 10 days in Philly. I like the pattern for Philly. You push us to stream out, Gemini? B said, oh, they matter? Yeah, okay, good. Good to know. They're huge. Okay, good to know. 12Z NAM temps. Okay, everyone stop what you're doing and TikTok and just like the stream. Just go. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. I should go on my alt account and start doing it while I'm streaming, right? You guys don't even see I'm actually on my alt account liking my stream. I'm kidding. I actually just have an alt account to stalk all of you guys, all of my followers, without you knowing. Is Columbus, Georgia going to see at least flurries? Where's Columbus, Georgia again? I know where Columbus, Georgia is. Definitely the possibility of flurries in Columbus, Georgia. You're going to be well below freezing. Most of the precip wants to stay out to your east, obviously. Let's look at 12ZH triple R. Did our Rufus finish loading through here? Let me look at the Rufus. Did we get our Rufus finishing loading through the 12Z? No. Let's go to the 6Z. Rough. We've only got 14 likes, 47 people watching. Hit that, smash that, baby. Thanks, Purple. All right. I always call you guys, I still call you guys by your YouTube and TikTok names, even though I know your actual names. But then people in stream know who I'm talking to. Big Bird, I appreciate you. When is New York getting the snow the NWS is saying we're getting? Good question. Let's look at our national blend reflectivity here. I never look at the national blend reflectivity. Saturday. Let's take a look at the Euro. Here it comes. There it goes. As we get into Saturday afternoon, some nice snow moving into the mid-Atlantic. I think you'll be fine with temperatures. Could even get a little bit of a dusting down there through maybe high end up to an inch or two through Baltimore and D.C. And then there's the chance that this snow rides a little bit closer to the coast still. So Saturday and Sunday for New York City. Look out for some flurries. High end, 3.5 inches. If you get a little bit lucky with the snow banding, I don't think you're going to have temperature issues. I think you're going to have moisture issues. So if the moisture's there, you'll get some good snow. I seriously doubt we'll see much of anything here in South Georgia. I'd be surprised if you guys didn't see snow falling in South Georgia. I'll be honest with you this weekend. The accumulation is going to be the issue. Again, the tilt being slightly off, happening slightly off the coast is putting the heaviest precipitation right off the coast, you know? What's Massachusetts snowfall looking like? What did someone call that the other day? Someone called it Massachusetts. All right. Expected snowfall from Massachusetts. Look at that. All right. 2 to 4 inches, 2 to 5 inches. Expected snowfall across the state. Kind of staggered. High end, if you guys get a little bit lucky, we could see a widespread. Maybe 3 to 7 inches. 4 to 7 inches across the state. Again, that's 90th percentile. So. Oh, let me do this, actually. Here, check this out. This is Boston. No results found. Come on. New England? What the heck, man? What the heck? There's your expected. Here's your expected. You could see the state. 2 to 3 inches. What's the high end looking like for here? Boom, there you go. There you go. How's this storm looking? I see these AI models, and the GFS keeps going west. Yeah, you know, I haven't really taken a look at the AI models too much today. Let me take a look at the GraphCast with you guys. Sorry if I'm not giving you tons of great updated information today. Like I said, I was trying to make a video last night, and I was like, God, nothing much has changed. Nothing much has changed here. I do find this interesting. The GraphCast is still being super aggressive with the moisture here, way more than our other models are. Way more. And again, this is supposed to be like the model moving forward to look at. So if this isn't correct, again, we still have a lot of work to do. And then take a look at this. I mean, this would be huge snow for the coast. This could be 6 inches to a foot of snow. And this is within 60 hours on the GraphCast model. It's being so aggressive. Okay, this is going to be a really great case study this weekend. If this storm ends up pulling off what the GFS says, because you guys have to understand, we're seeing a 1/2 inch to 1 inch precipitation rates in here, because this is just, as this moves through, if you're below freezing, right? If that's snow piles up much, you know, it's less dense, it piles up much more. So this is a lot of snow here up and down the coast, including in the south on the GraphCast. Again, interesting case study this weekend. If we get a lot of snow up and down the coast here and the GraphCast is right, great. We'll trust them more moving forward. But if it's wrong, and I think it might be, this thing needs a lot more time to train. This would be a huge storm potential for the Midwest, Mid-Atlantic, and New England as well there on the GraphCast. How's the European AI has never seen snow in the south this entire time through all its model runs. It still just puts a little dusting down there through Georgia and portions of South Carolina. So we'll see what happens, but the GraphCast is being way more aggressive than all the other models there. Western part of South Carolina keeps getting screwed for snow every year. Well, the western part of South Carolina doesn't average much snow every year. And what do you guys average? Like 3 inches of snow a year? 3 or 4 inches? But yeah, you guys have been in a drought. So is Charlotte. Central North Carolina, definitely. You think GFS is too far north with this? It might be. What's the GraphCast? The GraphCast is Google's AI model. And it's supposed to, moving forward here, be one of the most accurate models, especially over a 7 to 10 day forecast. And it sees a lot more snow in the south and through the Mid-Atlantic this weekend than all the other models do. But it's still training. It's really only been, AI models train and they get better as they learn and as they have more experience. And so I think it's just not quite there yet. I think we might need another year or two. Temperature is very cold in the Puerto Rico area last week, reaching 40 degrees. 40 degrees in Puerto Rico? Holy crap, that's pretty cold. For Puerto Rico, yeah. How does Stowe look Monday? Stowe what, Jax? Stowe? Vermont. We're talking about Vermont, right? We gotta be talking about Vermont. Yeah. Okay. I probably should have remembered that. Hey, you could end up getting some heavy snow on Saturday. Could end up getting some heavy snow on Saturday up there in Vermont. What is our, here we go. Really quickly. Low-end expectations. Emmanuel with the $10 super chat. Emmanuel, I appreciate you. That was extremely generous. If the GFS bombs this one, I've got some meme ideas. Okay. $10 just to say that. Emmanuel, you're a legend. I really appreciate that. Yeah, take a look up here, Vermont. Low end or expected amount over the next 72 hours. Most of the state, 1 to 3 inches. I'd say 1 to 4. High end, you guys can see a lot of snow. Let me actually, 1 second. Let's do this. All right, there's your high-end totals. Stowe, 3 inches. What's your expected totals for Stowe? Set next 72 hours. And this would mostly come. Most of the snow would probably be on Saturday. 1 inch expected. 3 inch high-end. I think the high-end should be more like 4, but, you know. Whatever. Jay Talbot, welcome to the Climate Crew, has become a member over on YouTube. Hey, come join the Discord. Again, there's a link to my Discord in all of my YouTube videos. Tons of great weather knowledge in there. Jay, I appreciate you. And I appreciate the sub. Do you ever look at the Spire model? Every now and then, actually. I haven't looked at that on stream. What's the Spire model doing? Nothing too crazy from the other models. Keeps all of the snow much farther to the north, though. I don't think people in the Midwest, Ohio Valley, or the Mid-Atlantic would appreciate this, what the Spire model's showing. This has to be the most confusing storm that the Sunday one I've ever seen. Yeah, it is. It is. You know, usually don't have models all over the place within 48 hours out. I mean, they're most of them are pushing it off the coast. The NAM finally has gotten on board with reducing the amount of moisture. But obviously, the GraphCast still has a ton there, so I don't know. It does look like a lot of this stuff, moisture is going to run off the coast, you know. OKC here, dying for snow. Yeah, been rough for you guys. Any chance? You know, I talked about this earlier. Next weekend, you'd want this dip right here, getting into next Saturday. I'd say that's a chance. 7-8 days out, that's a signal the Euro sees it as well. Polar jet driving down there, 540 line, getting south of Oklahoma City. I'd say that's a chance. That's a signal next weekend. Temperature for Georgia, yeah. Okay, yeah. And guys, the reason I'm streaming this morning is because I have a friend in town. We're probably going to do something tonight. So I was like, okay, if I can't stream later, I'm going to stream this morning. My video tomorrow that I release, that I put out, is going to be much more detailed. We're going to see a lot of changes. Obviously, I didn't put one out today. But, so expect a long video tomorrow with updates. I do have to get off here in about 5 minutes, so I'm going to answer a few more questions. What was the question I was just answering? Oh, temperatures. I'm going to answer a few more questions, but I do got to get off here and get to work. Temperatures are crazy. Temperatures are crazy. This is, you know, there's cold air, below average air, and then there's Arctic air. There's a cold blast and an Arctic blast are not the same things. I promise you guys. I know everyone spams Arctic blast. Okay. This is a cold blast. Okay. This is an Arctic blast. Once you get 20 to 30 degrees below average, you're in Arctic territory. This is an Arctic blast right here. Now we're talking 30 to 40 degrees below average. That's Arctic air. Yeah, you get 10 to 15 degrees below average. It's cold anomalies. This is Arctic air. This is polar jet air. What do you guys think the temperatures, the wind chill is in this region here? I'm going to say the wind chill is probably like negative 25. If we were to take a look at this, you know, this is about 10 to 12 days out. Let's see. Ohio Valley, apparent temperature. Yep. Oh, look, negative 35 degrees, central Indiana or central Illinois. This is just this weekend. Look at the wind chills. Look at those wind chills. Negative 10 to negative 30. Here's getting into early next week. Negative 30 wind chills. Minneapolis, you're in the negatives through portions of Missouri, Indiana, Illinois, Ohio, Michigan, everywhere out here. Look at these wind chills. Negative 15. Pittsburgh. Holy crap. Through next week, let me go out east. Look at that. Trying to get those negative wind chills out towards the coast. Your wind chills down in Florida, freezing. You could see down in Florida. Look at this. You guys are getting in on this too. We'll go back over to the central region too, but you want to see, like, look at this. This is when stuff just gets out of control. So let's go back towards central Texas. You'll feel this a little bit. Look at that. Cold Saturday. Cold Sunday. We're talking about down to Houston, San Antonio as well. Some nice wind chills into Monday. So a lot of this cold area is making it down into Texas as well. A little bit of a warm-up, though, as we get into late next week. Dallas wind chills in the mid-teens. So yeah, I mean, this isn't cold. This is Arctic blast, Arctic invasion type weather here, second half of January. And as I always say, second half of January, third and fourth weeks, coldest time on average for the northern hemisphere. So if you want some crazy cold temperatures and a continued chance for southern snow, you want this very cold. You want these very cold anomalies. Second half of January, if you're down there in the south, yeah, Texas wind chills. You could see wind chills portions of Texas that get into the single digits over the next 10 days, through portions of the next 10 days. So watch out for that. And temperatures actually below freezing, actual temperatures below freezing, maybe into the high teens. So, yeah, everyone, again, all these updates are in the Discord. I'll try to get another good update later. Another video. I'll try to post my video tomorrow by about 7 a.m. Central Time. Nice long 10, 12-minute video talking about everything. Going live again tomorrow. Got to get some work done today. Got to get some work done today for my 9 to 5 that, hey, still hoping by the end of this year to be doing this full time. You guys are helping me get closer to that goal. So I appreciate anyone who subbed, anyone who followed, anyone who gifted. Really appreciate you guys being in here, asking questions, helping the algorithm. Sorry I didn't answer as many questions as I wanted to today. I need to do more like speed rounds where I just answer quickly and don't take as long with each question, but I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. Maz, you are awesome. Time to get to work. TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. And we got some good playoff football this weekend. Also, the Giants got Harbaugh, and I think that's awesome. All right. See you guys.